Hello and welcome to YouTube Money. As always, come over here to the subscribe button, hit that subscribe, hit that bell icon, and click on all so that way you don't miss a video. Let's get started. Quick market update. Nothing much is going on. You could almost say that Bitcoin is a stable coin. That's all I got to say. Nothing's going on. Probably the grind sideways and then down for the band-aid rip. But let's see. We got some big news events happening. But before we do that, let's first compare some of the insane prices we've seen in the market. Pokemon versus sports cars. So the first thing is the no rarity symbol Charizard versus a Lamborghini Aventador. This is insane. Just know that you don't just buy the card. You're probably buying it and putting it into a safe, or also buying some insurance on it. You know, so the maintenance expenses that would apply to the car are kind of also would apply to a high value item like this, similar to like a very expensive art piece. Ooh, alright, the Illustrator in a CGC 9, 156k versus the Nissan GTR, 150k. Wow. And an 8 too. That's crazy. CGC 8. Alright, we got the no rarity symbol Blastoise Japanese, 114k, and the BMW M5 is 120k. Oh, this is a good one. Pokemon Skyridge Charizard. This is I think either this one or the Gold Star Charizard. Every Charizard fan will always tell you those are their biggest Charizards that they want, because Skyridge is impossible to find. But wow, a Hyundai Elantra. I guess this is the N-Line Elantra, 40k, because who the fuck is paying 40k for an Elantra? Shit, this better be the top of the line Elantra. Oh my god, I'd rather have the Pokemon card at that point. This thing right off the lot is a lemon. Anyways, next up, we gotta cover this. We're getting reprints. This is insane. The market is about to absorb so much product that resellers are shivering in their timbers. But the reality is, this process will probably take a long time. They have to make sure everything is up to speed. That stuff doesn't happen overnight. If they're doing this in 2026, we won't really see the effects of it until mid-2027. But the market may react early in fear, so we may see downturn in the Pokemon market, and it might be a little bit confusing for people because they'll be like, wait a second, they haven't even completed the facility yet, why are prices going down? But it may not be until they complete the facility. But if this is going to be completed in 2027, theoretically speaking, Prismatic is already out of print. Prismatic is already out of print. You're only getting newer products that are going to be printed. So Mega Evolution is going to be a good product to pick up. Prismatic, once fear and uncertainty has left the market and all the amateurs that don't know what they're doing, trying to make a quick buck here and there, because the era of making a quick buck, that wasn't going to last years, okay? That lasted maybe 3 or 4 months. And the money flow is now shifting into One Piece. So if you didn't rotate money earlier in the year into One Piece, if you're getting in now, you're getting in near the highs, you're going to get burned. And this is the reality that people don't want to admit. But you know what? It is an artwork. I can't tell you not to buy an artwork, all based on your perception of your enjoyment of the art. But I will say you could enjoy your favorite artworks at a cheaper price later on if you're just patient. Don't confuse things. This is probably not going to mean that Prismatic gets reprints like crazy. It will just mean that newer sets closer to the facility being opened is when we'll get that more product in the market. So by 2027 makes sense. Maybe into 2029, 2030. When more hype returns into the market, maybe they blow us away with some virtual reality, artificial reality that brings people back into the market, and then we see another explosive run. Hooded Bandit stole thousands of dollars worth of Pokemon cards from vending machines. So this is how it started. People were brazen enough to go into the vending machines. Take a look at this. Crazy. Yeah, they thought they were slick. They thought they were slick, I guess. I guess he didn't care then at that point that he triggered the alarm. Crazy. They came in through the roof? Bro? The alarm is getting annoying, but you get the point. You get the point. You saw the other angle of this. This is actually insane. This is actually insane. But this was just last week, and you know, as you see, people are fighting in lines. You know, impatience. You know, you don't even see kids on lines anymore, man. It's crazy. Take a look at this.
Get noticed.
Broken glass littered the floor at 44 Collectibles in downtown Laverne. The store now a crime scene after their owner says a burglar smashed their way in and snatched several Pokemon trading cards and classic sport cards.
We had vintage Hank Aaron's, Mantl's, priceless stuff, you know, stuff that my dad gave me.
Nico Manganiello is missing 10.
And you know, this is the statement that really broke my heart. The guy going, "This is stuff my dad gave me." Can you imagine childhood collectibles, stuff that you spent years collecting or grew up collecting with your dad, and you build a store to try to share your passion with the world, and this is what it resorts to? Absolutely disgusting.
Tens of thousands of dollars worth of valuables. He just opened the store 4 months ago.
I'm angry, hurt, you know, it just sucks. You know, putting so much time into something to have it, you know, just swiped away, just like that is, it's heartbreaking.
Look at the photo on your screen. A security camera captured the thief around 3 a.m. outside Nico's business. The crime spree continued.
So the thief left his store and came to your store?
Yes.
The thief is seen here around 3:30 a.m. lurking around A&N Collectibles, 5 minutes away in San Dimas. Aaron Tom is the owner.
And starts looking through our windows. I guess he was probably looking for a weak spot. Then eventually, I don't know if something scared him away or he just realized, no, it's just going to take me too long, and then he left.
But it gets worse. Wow. The stealer was apparently still determined because an hour later, surveillance video shows him climbing into this card collectible shop in San Gabriel. From this angle, the Grinch is caught in the act with a sack full of stolen goodies. The owner of the store told me off camera they're afraid he'll return. Back in San Dimas, Aaron is concerned too.
They have made the rounds, and they're criminals. They need to be caught.
So that brings us to the next point. This is something that you may want to do with your prized One Piece or Pokemon cards. I guess a $20 AirTag is almost better than paying for USPS security.
First people in the sports card hobby to start using AirTags to track my packages. All right. If you know me, you know I've been talking about this for years. I've seen some people just drop some content about it, but let's talk about someone who actually uses it. Someone who actually puts this to work. Okay. Again, if you know, along with Uber. I remember when Uber first dropped the courier service and I shipped wax and people thought I was crazy. Use technology today to advance your business. For you shop owners, breakers, collectors, there's only 1 or 2 of you or 3 of you in the business, you need an extension. AirTags, stand-up displays tray, Uber are extensions of your business. Use tech today to push your business forward. The smart one.
Let's take a look at another perspective.
Too, if you go to a show and you go to a dealer and you put your case on their table, they almost audibly sigh because of oh, I'm trying to sell my cards. I don't want to buy any cards. You know what I mean? They audibly sigh, and it was so illiquid. And the biggest mistake one can make in the hobby is to believe that the way things are is the way things will always be, because things will correct. You guys have seen it all. You've seen the up, you've seen the down. You guys have still stuck around through the downs. Many people have come and gone. Be able to take a step back and look at the way that things are.
So this is a great point to understand here, is that people get complacent thinking that the good times that exist now are always going to be around, and that's it. This is the next financial investment of the future. You just put your money in here and everything goes up. Number goes up forever. That's not the reality. The reality is number go up, number also go down. Next up, let's take a look at this guy over here coming back into the market. The last time we've seen him come into the Pokemon market was back in the 2020 hype, and that came and gone. And what seems to be the pattern is that when this guy shows up in the news again regarding collectibles or NFTs, the market is going to take a massive shit. Okay? A massive shit.
$2.5 million. Your deal? Candidly, you guys aren't the only auction place. I want to do the biggest Pokemon and TCG auction ever. I will give you a piece of every single thing that we sell in that auction. We'll make that lot number one. So if I have a $25 million auction and you're getting a piece of it, it's like a royalty, right? I mean, you know, it's free money. I'd love to do business with you. I'm just saying, I think the deal needs to be sweet. That's all I'm saying. Okay, since I know that you want cash now, what if you can walk out of here with a check for $1.5 million? Okay. Me walking out of here with essentially would be an advance, yes, is appetizing. This particular piece means a lot to me. The 1.5 is nice, but we know his card's gonna sell for 1.5. Of course it's gonna go for more, yes. So
I don't know if he's selling the chain with it as well. I guess he's selling the chain with it as well. This is a wholesome moment.
Your starter Pokemon. I got you. Ready? A first edition shiny Magikarp. Whoa.
I do gotta say, these guys know how to market well. Mr. Beast changed his profile to a character from One Piece the other day, and I think that's kind of starting the crazy hype with One Piece. And then now Logan is back, so we're gonna probably see some crazy spikes within the next couple of months, only for it to go right back down to where it was. But I just wanted to take a break and show a nice wholesome moment with Logan Paul and his son. As you saw, Pokemon theft is rising very fast, and it's not really petty stuff. Sealed cases, sealed slabs, stuff worth thousands and thousands. It's really a psychological response. And then when greed spikes and theft happens like this at such an insane pace, that's not a Pokemon problem. That's a human behavior problem. People see value moving faster than their own income, and then they start justifying bad decisions.
I have the most expensive Pokemon card around my neck, and let's see it. Superman.
Oh my God.
The one-of-one PSA 10 Pikachu Illustrator that is on season 3 of Ken's show. It's the only one in the world. It's a PSA 10, meaning it's perfect. And like I said, it's one of one. Like you said, it was one of 39 copies handed out in 1998 for a Pokemon illustration contest. So this card couldn't be bought. It was earned, which is part of the reason why the lore contributes to such a high value for the card. The Pokemon market is as hot as it's ever been right now, and those people who thought I was an idiot, I think I'm the one laughing in their face now, because Pokemon has delivered higher returns than the stock market in the past 20 years.
And the market instantly dumps as soon as you return to the market and talk about stuff. Alright, so this is definitely a bubble signal. Not a full bubble yet. We're definitely early to the bubble, but the cracks are very visible. He's gonna have this stuff up for auction, I think by mid-February. It's gonna start in January. We're not seeing those crazy levels yet, but by early 2026, if the environment stays stressed, we're getting a lot of crime, the environment for collectibles is just gonna be really bad. And especially as winter ends, we have warmer weather coming. People are going to be going out more, enjoying the summer and enjoying their money a little bit, any profits that they made. A lot of capital might be moving away from TCG altogether. And here's another problem, is the gambling behavior that's existing Alright, so let's take a look at what Logan Paul, what he has up for auction. Let's take a look. Alright, coming in, this is on the 12th. I think they're all starting on the 12th. So we have the PSA 10 Illustrator card. And I mean, if he really believes in the hobby long term, why is he selling now? Unless he's planning on moving the money back into something else down the line. Or maybe he's just expecting to get a lot of money because of him holding onto it. So people, the next person buying is going to be like, oh, well, I got the Illustrator that Logan Paul had. Alright, he's also selling a first edition Charizard from the Logan Paul break. Not sure what that means. Then we have he has a Pikachu Gold Star PSA 10 he's auctioning off. Crazy. First edition Blastoise. Crazy. Family Event Trophy card, PSA 8 Kangaskhan. I don't know too much about this card, honestly, but this is pretty crazy. This is pretty crazy. Pretty crazy stuff. He's auctioning off a booster box. And finally, this 9.8 PSA graded Game Boy sealed red version. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So now comes to our important point that I wanted to come to. Shout out to Rattle Pokemon. This is bad, guys. This is bad, guys. Did you know that Illustrator card was originally a 9 multiple times before it was finally graded a 10? Take a look at this. This was originally a 9. I don't know if you could zoom in a little bit to see this. But this card was regraded not once, not twice, but 3 or 4 times before it finally got a PSA 10. So just to put that out there. Just to put that out there. And finally, in some neutral news, Uniqlo is releasing a Pokemon collection from first gen art. Are you kidding me? This is definitely a signal for vintage to spike, and as if you saw in the last cycle, modern spikes first, then it cools down, and then that crazy amount of money goes into whatever little vintage cards are out there. These are really cool. This is a no-brainer. No-brainer. I'm picking this one up. Gotta. Very cool. Very cool. Wow, that one's sick, man. Oh, with the little Pikachu. I like all of these. It's very simple, minimalistic, stays true to the vintage art. They could have gone a little bit crazier, but I don't think that's the style to go. Well, that's where we'll end that off. Thank you for stopping by. As always, intelligence over instinct, created to think, not to react. I'll see you in the next one.